Hey guys, it is Marcus here, and we are here with section 1.3. This will probably be the last section in section 1 of the C++ Masterclass. Make sure you guys do have Microsoft Visual Studio Community installed on your computer with the C++ add-ons. When you guys install it, there'll be an option for that because we are going to hop into the actual IDE today. So section 1.3, programming languages and methodologies. We're going to start with processing a C++ program. So in early programming, let's say you wanted to do the problem of wages equals rate times hours. You would have to use machine language and know the binary code for that, which caused a lot of errors. The mnemonic is the assembly language that which is easy to remember. The mnemonic is in bold, so you would load the rate, you would multiply the hours, and you would store the wages. You'd have to also know what memory location to use and all of that other good stuff, so it was really error prone and it was very complex. Now we have assemblers, which are programs that take the assembly language and convert it to the machine language. And we also now have high-level languages. They are closer to our natural languages that we speak every day, like English, Spanish, and French, and German. And examples of these languages are C, C++, C#, Python, and Java. So in C++, how you would write that equation would be just like in math. Wages equals rate multiplied by hours, where the wages variable would equal the variable for rate and the variable for hours. So for our equation in C++, to execute, the high-level language must be translated into machine language. A compiler is a program that translates instructions from high-level language to a machine language. Source code is going to be code that is written in high-level language in a text editor that follows the rules or the syntax of the language. For C++, guys, the file extension is going to be .cpp. The hashtag indicates a preprocessor directive in C++. Again, this is just so you guys know it. We'll go more in depth later. The object program is the machine language version of the high-level language. An IDE, an integrated development environment, is the program used to write in high-level language. Like I said, make sure you guys have Microsoft Visual Community 2022 installed. And when you guys go to install that, make sure you click the checkbox for all C++. The linker is a program that combines the object program with other programs in the library and is used to make the executable code. And the loader is the program that loads the executable program into memory, so you don't have to do all of the hard work like in the early days. So this is kind of what it looks like for C++. You have the editor that then goes to the preprocessor. Man, I can't talk today. That then goes to the compiler, and let me turn on, I don't know why I have my video turned off. There we go. If there's an issue in the compiler, you'll get a syntax error. And that is when you go back to the editor to debug and fix your code. Then you will, the library gets loaded into the linker that will then link all of the programs you have written into the loader and then the execution of the program. All right, we're going to go ahead and go hands-on in the IDE now. This is going to be pretty much the bulk of this lesson. So when you guys first open Visual Studio, it'll look something like this. So we're going to go ahead and go to create a new project. Even on my fast computer, it is still very slow. You're going to go to an empty project for C++. You are also going to go empty project, press next. Go ahead and just name this Hello World. All of that is fine, and go to create. All right, so this is not going to create any files for us. I did that on purpose. So to create a new actual file that can be written, you're gonna go to File, New, File. You are then gonna go down to, you just go down to Visual C++, go right here, C++ file, go to Open. It is going to open a new file. Let's go ahead and save this file. Let's go up here to File, Save Source1.cpp. Go ahead and name it main. That is going to be the default for all of our programs. And there is one extra step that you guys need to do here. To make sure that everything works. So why is this not showing? You're gonna go up here and you're gonna go to, should not be miscellaneous files. I don't know why it is doing it like that. Oh, right down here. So when you click on main.cpp, right down here, it's gonna do included in project true or false. Make sure you have that linked to true. And then the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to do a double / and just put my first C++ program. That is going to be called a comment. And I'm going to go ahead and add comments on this so you guys kind of know what is going on. We are then going to include the preprocessor directive. We're going to do include, and then we're going to do IOStream. And again, guys, don't worry about any of this yet. This is going to be explained farther down. Just know that this is what you need to do. Again, comment. And I'm just commenting so you guys know. Now, you guys also need to include, so a lot of C++, it will put using namespace. And if you, as you guys can see, it'll go ahead and link that. This part right here, and I'm going to go ahead and just comment it out. This part where you can also do a comment / like that. So this is actually not doing good coding standards. So you are not going to use that. And again, you guys can also do comments how I did it there. So a lot of C++ online maybe won't have you guys do this. This is not coding standard. So what we're going to do now is we're going to initialize. This is going to be just follow this. This is basically going to be our main program. And then everything in this needs to be in brackets like that. You're going to do std cout, so std count. You are then going to do 2 carets to the left, and you're going to type hello world, like that. Another std, and you're going to do an end line. You are then also going to do a space and return 0. And this is your first program. Now, I'm going to comment this, prints hello world to screen. And I will, all of this other stuff, guys, we will go ahead and get into at a later date. This is just very basic. Don't have to understand it right now. And you're going to go up here to build and build solution. What this is going to do is that is going to link the library and the linker and make sure that everything is built. Go up here, press the play button. The heck? Okay, so this should not be doing this right now. It should just be working, and I'm gonna, okay, I gotta figure out what is going on. Let's go ahead and So sometimes this happens, and it shouldn't. Let's see where it is. Why is it being... So this is not good. I'm going to go ahead, and if this happens to you guys, go ahead and right click up here, copy full path, and we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot. Because the code is correct. Yeah, can we just, there we go. So go ahead and copy and, oh wow, really? And just make sure you guys delete that main.cpp. Okay, so here's the issue. It saved it outside of the hello world. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this main.cpp, we're gonna just copy it to hello world. All right, we're gonna refresh this. Right here is main.cpp. And then we need to also make sure now that it is included in project. So sometimes that happens. Visual Studio does weird things. But now when you open, when it is, should be under a source file right here, let's go ahead and build, and let's go ahead and do local Windows debugger, and it should work now. A lot of programming guys is going to be troubleshooting this. Yeah, come on. Computer is running super slow. And there we go, guys. That is your first program. It printed hello world to the screen. And that is it. That is all of the code for that. Now, I'm also going to go into, just really fast, we're going to do the perimeter and area of a rectangle now in C++. So you should always declare your variables before your program. So I'm going to go ahead and comment here, variables for perimeter and area of a rectangle. And this is going to be a little bit more advanced, but I just want to touch on this really fast. So we know that we're just going to use whole numbers on this. So it's going to be an integer. Let's do length. And again, make sure you guys have that colon after there. Integer width. Integer area. And we can also do integer perimeter. And again, guys, in programming, we want to make sure that everything ends with that dot and a comma, semicolon. So we're going to go ahead and just keep the hello world. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set these variables. So let's say the length equals 10. And if it's an integer, it cannot be a decimal. Let's do 25. And then the perimeter, we can just leave there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the hello world. Down here, we are going to then have the program do a calculation and then print it to the screen. So right here, we're going to do calculate area of rectangle. And we can do that by area equals length times width. And again, guys, make sure we end it with that. So we could also declare the variables within main. I like to do my variables before and just make sure that everything is good to go. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to also comment. Always make sure you guys comment in your program, so if somebody is looking at this, they know what is going on. The perimeter of rectangle. And then we already declared the variable, so it's stored right there. Perimeter equals And that is going to be 2 times length times width. All right, and then we want to print. We're going to output to screen, area, and perimeter. And I want to see if you guys can figure that out. So go ahead and pause the video. It's going to be very similar to the STD. So STD is just the namespace that you have to put to print to or output to a screen. So we're going to go ahead and this is the basic format, and I'm going to give you a hint. You can actually replace this hello world with a variable, and it will print the variable. So go ahead and pause the video, give it a shot, and we'll be back. All right, let's go ahead and see if you guys figured this out. A lot of programming is going to be problem solving and figure things out. So if it is in quotes, that is going to be a string that it's going to print. So let's go ahead and do the area of the rectangle is. And then if we want to add more, we're going to do the left carets. We're going to put area. Again, let's just say it's inches. And again, STD. And that endl is going to be the, it's going to make basically an end line and make a new one. And then you guys guessed it, it's going to be the same thing. And we could actually technically just take this code here and copy and paste it. And then the perimeter of the rectangle is, we're going to just put perimeter here. And the nice thing about IDEs is it usually completes it for you. Go ahead and Control S. Make sure you guys go up here to build solution. And we're going to run it. And as you guys can see right here, the area of the rectangle is 250 inches. The perimeter of the rectangle is 500 inches. And that is basically very basic C++. Let's hop back into the PowerPoint. So programming methodologies. You have structured programming and object-oriented design. So structured programming is dividing a problem into smaller subproblems, smaller solutions to combine to solve the full problem. Top-down design, bottom-up design, stepwise refinement, and modular programming are all the same names for this. Object-oriented design is widely used. Identify the components called objects that will form the basis of the solution. Determination of these objects and how these objects interact with each other. And then object-oriented programming, C++ is an OOP language, and that is very widely used. So as an example of OOD, problem, write a program to help a local ski shop rent skis. I'm in Colorado. Makes sense. So the two objects you're going to have are going to be the skis and the customer. You are then going to have data under the both, and these are just examples. Size of ski, did they check out ski poles, number in stock, and the age of skis, how old are the skis, so if there's any damage, or you can even put like damage, damage to skis before they check them out. And under the customer, you might have the data of account history, customer ID, and name. These are then going to feed into the operations. What are we going to do with this data? Reducing the stock, increasing the stock, and potentially leaking the ski to the customer ID. And that is it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. We are now going to be, it is not going to be section 1.3. We're actually going to be on section 2, which is going to start with the basic elements of C++. So that is a typo. Let me just do this. Again, next section is section 2. After section 2, it will start to be a paid course. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. And again, thank you guys so much for the support, and I will catch you guys next time.